Hello everyone, myself A.S. Bhandari. Today we are going to see the new concept in a C programming. It is nothing but the function. For today's session, we are just concentrating on the introduction of the function. Now let's start. Before moving towards the actual concept of the function, I just want to explain the concept with a regular example. For example, let's consider there is one industry who is going to produce a one kind of the product, which one consists of n numbers of n smaller parts. So, in this case, all these subparts are going to be made by some of the specialists. There may be hundreds of parts from which the entire product will be made. And in this case, it is not possible that for that industry alone have to concentrate on each and every product to produce and then assemble it. So, to decrease the complexity and to increase the productivity, what the solution may provide over here is that to reduce the overload and the time, industry may divide the work and distribute the different kinds of parts to the concerned manufacturers who may be a specialist to produce that kind of the particular part. Once these parts are going to be finalized by that particular manufacturers, then these all parts are going to be collected by the organization, and then that parts are going to be assembled and the final product is going to be produced. So the thing is that whatever your main task, that task is going to be divided into the different actions, and if you assemble that actions in a sequential manner, then obviously your final product is going to be produced as you required. Now the same thing may happen in the function. Firstly, we will be just going to be start where the function is required. What is the importance of the function and what is actually function means. In the programming, if the size of the program is too large or complex, then it is difficult to maintain the program and hard to identify the flow of data. At the same time, for example, if within a program we are doing a specific task for n numbers of time, then with our ordinary fashion we should have to write down the code for that actions which are going to be repeated. Obviously it is going to increase the length of the program, and once the length of program is going to increase, it is difficult to handle to the programmer. So in both of these cases, the program is subdivided into the small section depending on a need. The section is based on the particular task, and each of these subsection is nothing but called as a function. This subsection or this subpart is based on the required to solve a particular kind of the problem. That means for each and every time wherever that particular task is required, we are not able to write down the codes individually. Instead of that, we are making the subsection of all these codes which are required repetitively, and that particular task which is doing some kind of an function which is doing some kind of an task action through which we get a particular output. This kind of the sub programs is nothing but called as the function. Each function operates on a data supplied by the main program and performs a standard type of operation and returns a value to the calling function. So this one is nothing but overall idea that what a function can do. Firstly, function operates on a data which is supplied to that function through the main. The operation is carried out, then whatever the kind of an operation is done, whatever the answer of the end result of that particular operation, that is returned to the calling function. We will be seeing in detail about all this one. So let's move forward. So the nextly, again we are trying to get introduced about the function. So again I will be just come to the point with this, is that a function is defined as the self-contained block of statements which is returned to perform a particular task. By using the function, the program code is organized in a group of actions, and these groups are called wherever it is required. So these subgroups is nothing but the sub part of the example that we have seen about a one particular product. It is assembled with other different kinds of sub parts. So function is nothing but a sub part, and wherever it is required we are going to be assemble it. C program is nothing but the collection of the functions. We have already using the function but within a program, but we are going to be more concentrated within for the concept as a function. Now next, when a program is too large or too complex, then the function is used. Most probably whenever the function is required. So if the program length is very small and it is doing some kind of a general work, then it's okay to write down the code for each and the individual one. But wherever the complexity is going to increase and we have to be handle it very effectively, then instead of concentrating on each and the individual coding line, we are make the group of that lines which are responsible for doing the particular task. We skip that all lines from the main program. We put down these all lines under the subsection which one is called as a function, and whenever we require to execute this call, this number of lines, we are just giving the call of the function. What is the call of the function? We will be just see in detail for the coming lectures. So the function is in a small program which is used as the subprogram. All these are nothing but some kind of definitions of the program. Sometime in a program, some procedure is repeatedly required to execute. In such case, that program can be written in a form of a function and can be called at any place where it is required. So all this one is nothing but a summary about the function. Now, next. The function is a unique named independent section of the program that performs a user-defined task and optionally returns a value to the calling program. So these are nothing but some kind of another things which are required to work with a function. So function obviously it having some kind of a name. It is name. It is a unique name. Whenever we are giving the name to the function, we may follow the rules which are applicable for a variable name. It is independent section of the program that is defined to do a particular specific task. And in some cases, if that task is given you a particular answer of a specific data type, then it return the value, but it is not obviously each and every time it will be not happens like this one. And in some cases we are not required to return some kind of a value, only do the task and that's okay. So here it is called purposefully, that is optionally he is going to return for each and every time. This value is used like any other value resulting from the expression, that is whatever the task is carried out, whatever is end result, that may be used for the further actions. Some function does not return any kind of a value, and that kind of functions are called as the return type as a void. Void means nothing. We will be just see it. Nextly, here I will be try to make some kind of the situation what is actually happens when we are dealing with a function. So here this is a one kind of a miniature. I have just made it down with the help of a program. That is, there is a one program. Obviously the first section of this program, it is nothing but a declaration about the variables, functions that you are going to use, and then it is followed with our ordinary coding language. So this one is on a code 1, code 2, such kind of an n numbers of lines are there. Now there are some kind of an coding lines are mentioned which are aimed to do a particular task, that is nothing but called as the function body. Then after again there are some kind of your regular coding line, and again the same task is repeated. So this one is the function body which are doing the same kind of a task. So if there is no concept about the function, then with our ordinary fashion we should have to be write down this kind of the number of lines. Both functions contains the same task, so they are going to repeat the same number of the same lines of the coding, which is obviously increasing the length, and hence the complexity in handling the program is also going to increase. Hence, to reduce this one, how the concept of the function will be helps to you, and what is the actual sequences happens within the function. Now let's see. Um, Here is the first one. Again, the coding is just carried out the same one. Whenever I am giving a function call, what happens with the help of a compiler is that the function call, as soon as the compiler execute the any kind of a function call, the carriage returns towards the function definition. This function definition obviously consists of n number of the lines. Once that function definition, which one is obviously enclosed within a pair of brackets, is complete down, then where is the execution will be returns? Execution is returned towards the line exactly to the next line after the function call. So again a code n is going to be executed. Again, if there is a same function call is given, the which one is doing the same task, then instead of writing all the function definitions or the same coding repeatedly, we should have to be write only one line responsible for a function call. Once the function call is again executed by the compiler, again the compiler goes towards the function definition. Already the coding line or the function definition is available over here, and hence we just have to be concentrated only on a function call. That is, otherwise we have to be concentrated on this n number of lines if we are mention this one within a main. I have just written down this function definition somewhere else other than the main. So a programmer does not take care about the what happens in the function definition, because already that kind of a sequence we have already known. So whenever we are concentrating on a main function, we just have to be take care about that, give the call at the proper place where you require, and hence again this function body is going to be executed, and after that the next line which one is given towards the function call is executed. So in this way the actual flow is carried out when we are dealing with the function. This one is required for the coming lectures which are dealing with a function call, function definition and function execution. Nextly, so in this summary, we can be just say that what happens whenever we are dealing with a function is, firstly, we have to give a function call. Once the call is given, the execution transfers towards the function body. Within that function body, the execution will be carried out with our ordinary fashion one by one in sequential lines. Then after the completion of the function body, which one is enclosed within a pair of curly brackets, the control transfer towards the next line of the function call. Then again in a sequential manner the coding lines are going to be executed. If in program another function call is there, again the same procedure is going to be repeated, and hence we are dealing with the function. This one is all about the function and the what happens whenever we are dealing with the function. Thank you.